The galactic station Meridian 12 was used to everything. It had hosted diplomatic delegations, trade caravans, research vessels, and even refugees from dying stars. But it was not prepared for the visit of three predatory cubs, offspring of the ancient Varash clan. The Varash were famed for their ability to crush cities, tear through metal-reinforced walls, and emerge unscathed from cosmic storms. Their adult warriors were considered living legends, but few knew that their cubs were even worse. The cubs grew like supernova bursts, uncontrollable, relentless, noisy, and constantly fighting. Their energy could have powered the entire station if only it could be harnessed. Three young heirs, Rohassa, Vritak, and Marilyn, had been brought to the station to attend the Interclan Council of Peace. For the first time in centuries, their clans had decided to discuss a shared future, and tradition required that the younger generation be present. Unfortunately, the younger generation did not want to be present. The Cubs' containment unit had been built from ultra-strong armor, and within 2 hours, it was riddled with cracks. Rohassa, the largest, ran along the walls, leaping from ceiling to floor like a living meteor. Vritak bit everything in sight, including his own tail. Marilyn alternated between roaring, screaming, and attempting to hurl a chair at the others. The three clans nervously observed the chaos from behind the protective field. "Your cub is too aggressive," growled Rohassa's chieftain. "Yours is too loud," snapped Vritak's representative. "And yours, Marilyn, is throwing herself at the walls," screeched Marilyn's elder, as if trying to out-yell her own child. Tensions were rising. If the clans decided that a foreign cub threatened their heir, diplomacy would end before it began. Psychologists were at a loss. Guards trembled. Medics pretended not to hear the screams. Even translators turned on noise suppression. No one could get near them. Even as children, the cubs had strength capable of tearing bodies apart as easily as old fabric. Among all this chaos stood one human, Eliza Thorne, a junior xenomedic, 25 years old, with kind eyes, a warm smile, and patience that could have spanned 10 galaxies. She had been observing the cubs for half an hour and was thinking something through. The station commander went pale at the expression on her face. "Thorne, don't tell me you've got a plan." "I do have a plan," said Eliza. "No, stop immediately, don't." But it was too late. Eliza had already entered the airlock. The protective field went down. The chieftains of the three clans screamed. The security officers all clutched their heads in unison. Eliza slowly entered the room with the three raging cubs. Rohassa immediately turned to her. His bony crest bristled. Vritak flattened his ears and hissed menacingly. Marilyn made a sound resembling an air raid siren. Eliza raised her hands, palms forward. "Hello, little ones." The three predators froze. Just for a second. Then they resumed yelling, jumping, and arguing, each demanding attention louder than the others. Eliza took a breath and approached the control panel, activating a mode that had not been included in any Varash handling protocol. The room filled with a soft golden light. Aromatic diffusers activated. Strange devices extended from the walls, soft brushes, ultrasonic massagers, heated panels. It was a room designed for rehabilitating injured patients of various species. It was called the Medical Relaxation Spa. But it had never been used for predators. Especially not Varash. Everyone outside the chamber froze, unable to believe their eyes. Eliza switched on a gentle melody and directed the first device, a warm, vibrating brush, toward Rohassa. He flinched, prepared to leap, lifted a paw, and stopped. The brush gently swept across his sides, removing dirt, smoothing scales, and massaging muscles. His huge yellow eyes widened. He made a prolonged sound that no one had ever heard before. Not a roar, not a hiss, but a contented gurgle. Next, Eliza turned on the heated air panel for Vrytak, who immediately stopped hissing and arched his back, enjoying the warmth. Marilyn saw that the others were getting something nice and indignantly started yelling. Eliza smiled and slid a soft, scale-brushing device toward her. The cub sniffed, then allowed her to brush its head. Then purred. Varash purred. And there it was, a miracle. Within 10 minutes, the 3 predatory cubs were lying side by side, peacefully enjoying the spa treatments, occasionally nudging each other toward the devices they liked. The station personnel were silent. The clans were silent. The chieftains were silent, as if they had seen a god. Eliza simply sat nearby, brushing Marilyn's clawed phalanges, as if she were an ordinary caretaker. When she left the chamber, the silence was so thick it could be cut with a knife. The station commander spoke first. "Yow." Eliza smiled. They weren't angry. They were messy, overexcited, and unkempt. Many predators calm down when they feel clean and warm. It's natural. A Varash elder stepped closer, looking at her like a prophet. "You tamed our cubs through a ritual of care." "Well," Eliza shrugged. "On Earth, cats fight too, but if you wash them, brush them, and warm them up, they become sweet. Why shouldn't it work for Varash?" The 3 delegations stared at her in shock. "You compared our heirs to Earth domestic animals," roared Rohas's chieftain. "And why not?" Eliza asked calmly. "They're just as fluffy almost, just as noisy, just as sensitive. No one had ever tried caring for them instead of commanding them." Absolute silence followed. Then, Rohas's chieftain slowly, heavily, respectfully bowed to the human. "You saw what we haven't seen for thousands of years. You heard what we forgot. Children are children, even if they are made of steel and fire." Vrytak's elder added, "We owe you peace between our clans." And Marilyn's elder whispered, "You became their first soothing adult. It is a great role in our eyes." The station commander quietly asked, "Eliza, you knew entering that chamber could have ended badly." She nodded. "Of course, but I know even better. The most dangerous thing is often fear. Children need attention, even if those children are walking toothy disasters." That evening, the council of the 3 clans made a historic decision. The peace agreement was signed without a single scream, and an unusual appendix was added to the treaty. Established the tradition of joint care, monthly rituals of cleaning, massage, and thermal relaxation for all young members of the Varash clans. Responsible party, Eliza Thorne, the human who reminded us that our cubs are children. Varash archives would later write, "She did not conquer with force, not with fear, not with authority. She conquered with a warm brush, light, and kindness. A unique human magic." And it was true. Sometimes, to restore peace among ancient predators, all it takes is a little humanity and a set of soft massage brushes.